What's going on, lads? Welcome to episode 13 of the Sorare Road to Glory. Hope you're all doing super well. Let me know in the comment section how you got on this past weekend, and even the midweek actually, because we've just had MLS midweek and Challenger actually. So I've got 2 sets of game weeks to go over, but let me know in the comment section how you got on. I'll be giving away a few cards as usual. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, lads, and let's get into episode 13. So, as always, we recap the last weekend, and like I just mentioned, we do have the weekend and the midweek to go over, and it's been carnage. It's been absolute carnage. Last night I streamed some of the MLS midweek games with some of the members and some of the channel viewers, which was fun. And yeah, we had rolling locks or late swaps, so you could swap out players that hadn't played yet, and it was carnage. It was actual carnage. I bought a few cards, just hoping that I could have as many chances as possible of getting into the MLS Masters, which was the ultimate goal. And yeah, this past weekend, looked good, right? We scored just under 400 points in our main team. I absolutely butchered my captaincy. The less said about that, the better. But the rest of the lads really did well. Obviously, Alston and Shambo were the play really ahead of probably Pereira and Navarro. If I play those two, like I haven't really looked, and I don't really want to because. Yeah, I'm not saying I would have won it because like scores were really high. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have won it, but like I reckon I would have got top 50 quite comfortably. And yeah, it was fine because we did hit the second streak, last weekend, game week 78, and then we had this midweek that just happened literally last night, game week 79, to hit the third streak to get into the MLS Masters for this weekend, game week 80. And yeah, I was going into it pretty confident. We had rolling locks or, late swap or whatever for the midweek. So again, like I said, it was a bit of a carnage, sorry. So we won $5 from this lineup, a little bit of essence as well, 15 essence from both. Of course, the Atlanta United stack didn't do anything. And then moving on to this midweek where, like I said, it was all on, whether or not I could hit 390 because it goes 350, 350, and then of course 390 for the third streak. And yeah, I fell short. I fell short. I brought in a few reinforcements, like I mentioned. I brought in Luis Barraza and Aaron Herrera, and what a flipping debut those two gave me. Herrera got a last man tackle really late on, and yeah, I thought it definitely gave me a glimmer of hope because Shambo and Alston were disappointing away to Montreal in a 1-1 draw. They both played 90 minutes. To be fair, Alston did get a big chance created, so I was close to getting a decisive there, but it wasn't to be. And David Pereira da Costa away to Real Salt Lake 0-0. No chance for decisives if games are 0-0 really for midfielders. So gutted, absolutely gutted to be honest. The Atlanta stack obviously didn't do much. And then my third lineup was a bit of a nightmare because Joaquin Pereira didn't start away to Houston. I had him in my main lineup, so I had to swap David da Costa in for him because he was playing later. I bought an Insigne because Navarro was out. So Navarro was out, like out of the game, like not even on the bench. Joaquin Pereira came off the bench, didn't do anything. So yeah, it was a bit of a shit show to be honest. Just from like I didn't have that many great starters playing, and I had to do a few late swaps, like I said, and yeah, it wasn't to be. We were close. Like if Pereira gets a decisive, we probably just sniffed 390. I should have had the game week I had on the weekend, when I scored 397 or whatever. I needed that this midweek, and to be fair, actually, I wouldn't have even hit the second threshold. I would have needed, or the streak, sorry, I would have needed 350, so I would have been 8 points off had like these lineups been on the weekend. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm gutted because I would have loved to have got into the Masters, and fair play to any of you guys that have got in. Let me know if you have in the comments, because fair play is like the prize pool looks insane. I can't even look at it because I don't even have the option to obviously get into it, but fair play for everyone they got in because there's some tasty prize pools, especially in rare. Limited's also really cool. I think like the top 6 or 7% get like $100 each, and obviously more. I think it's 3,000 for top of rare and limited, which is massive. So yeah, fair play. I can't fault it. But yeah, I fell short. I fell short on the third hurdle. And yeah, I will go over a little bit of Challenger because I am obviously including Challenger in this MLS Road to Glory until Challenger is done. And Challenger is done this upcoming weekend. So we had a Challenger weekend, like game week 78, similar to the MLS. And we had Challenger this midweek. So I will briefly go over that. I've got one big, I mean, it's not a big talking point, but have a look at this, lads. I had the dream start. 100 from my 160 off my captain, 100 flat, Vlap smashed, Van Bergen smashed, and then of course Verips is out from nowhere, like nobody had a clue what happened for Dender, and they win 5-0. I score 412 points with 4 players. That's an over 100 average, which is mental for me. I won 5 essence. I was 7 points off winning $4. This was the week, lads, and of course, your fucking goalkeeper's just out from nowhere. I've already moaned about it in my reward video, about like DMPs and stuff. Not every DMP is the same, and I get that. But these ones where they're so unforeseen, they just hurt so much, and I think there needs to be an antidote for it personally, and that's just my opinion. And yeah, that was really gutting. The rest of the lineups did okay, but yeah, that one was the one where I thought, I could actually. I was only D2 and I got promoted. I ended up getting relegated this midweek, of course, with some poor choices. But yeah, Challenger this midweek didn't go too well for me. I had Unistal error led to goal and he conceded 3, and De Kaiser conceded 3 as well. So I had no chance really. But we are going into basically the final weekend of the Eredivisie this weekend. And after that, I will be giving away every single card. So I'll just show you all the cards right now. I'll be doing this with the MLS cards as well. But I'll be giving away every single Challenger card that I have in the gallery that have been used for the Road to Glory. So all these cards here, every single one of them will be given away to you guys that watch the videos. I'll make a video next week where, commenting on the video and stuff. I'll literally just give away every single one of them to... all you guys that have commented and watched the videos all season, just as a little thank you, and that's just the way I do the Road to Glory. But I have updated the spreadsheets for the MLS version. I hadn't put in like all the players recently that I bought, so I bought all these in. So from Baraza down to Sangbin, a couple of these cards were just like collection bonus cards, like Karamoko, Lapkis, this guy Travis, Sangbin. Like they were just like Minnesota, Columbus collection pieces to get my my Arvstons. My main players, Shambo's up to 2% and stuff. So total spend is up to £134. We have won £7, so we hit the 350. We hit streak number 1 twice, and we hit streak number 2 once. Streak number 2 gives you $5, same as streak number streak number 1 gives you $3. Streak number 2 gives you $5, I believe, but you also get $5 in market credits. And I did use a couple of them for these cards. I haven't really accounted for it because it's $5. But we're still way over on our spend compared to what we've won. So we've got a lot of catching up to do. But at this point now, like I have 2 in-season keepers. I have where's he, 2 Braz obviously, and then and Sean John, and then of course I've got the Fry. So I'm excited to put out 3 lineups this weekend. This weekend is rolling locks again, not only for the Masters comp, but for all MLS competitions, which is quite exciting. So yeah, no rolling locks or late swaps for the Challenger lads. And yeah, like I said, last week of these, so I'll use these cards, and next midweek I'll give every single one of them away. And yeah, I'll just quickly do the Challenger players first because yeah, I'm just hurt. I'm just really hurt about what happened with that goalkeeper DMP, and I know it's happened really late, so. Not that it doesn't really matter too much, but like it's just really knocked the wind out of me. To be honest, like I've just got no momentum now at this point to really I mean, there's only a week left, but still, I'm still really annoyed at it. To be honest, I don't think I'll let that one go. So yeah, we'll build 2 of these lineups. Verips is out, and I'll be honest, I haven't really caught up on why. I guess we will find out right now on Predictify. Hopefully, we get told. Verips will likely not return this season anymore. Amazing. So yeah, no abdominal tear. Amazing. Just what we want. We hope he gets better. But yeah, that was an absolute killer for my lineups. So that's the first lineup done. It won't be in Division 1. I got relegated this midweek. And then for the secondary lineup, it will be Unistal away to Ajax. Ajax lost the title. Well, basically looks like they've lost the title, doesn't it? From what happened yesterday, where PSV won and Ajax drew to 10 men Groningen in like the 96th minute or something. So yeah, that wasn't fun for them. And yeah, I'm not actually not a captain Verdonk. I'm not really I've just lost my motivation for Challenger, and I'm really excited just just to give all those cards away, to be honest, because they're better off in your gallery than they are mine. Now let's focus on the MLS then. Like I mentioned, there is rolling locks or late swap. I keep calling it whatever. They are different things, but ultimately you can play a player that hasn't played yet. You can swap players out of your lineups basically as long as they haven't played. So that's exciting. We're back on streak number 1, so we're back to square one. Technically we have 4 keepers with Guzan, in fairness. So I'll have Atlanta are at home this weekend. That doesn't mean to say they're going to do anything. But let's do our main lineup first then. So Sean John's away to Montreal. It is rivalry week actually this weekend in the MLS. So yeah, all the American teams and Canadian teams that are obviously rivals are all playing each other. You've got Nashville, DC, which is, to be fair, not really a rivalry, right? Tennessee and DC are just not really too close to each other. But like Portland, Seattle, big game. Montreal, Toronto. I know it's not the same like city or anything, but of course Canadian derby and all that. And then Atlanta, Philly. I don't really get how that one's the Ohio derby, obviously Cincinnati and Columbus. So we're definitely playing Big Dylan Shambo. I think Arson has to get in there as well. Now Navarro was out for the midweek, like I said, and I don't know what his condition is for this weekend yet. But because we have late swap, I'll have the option to throw him. Like if Navarro is on the team sheet and he's starting, then I'm definitely going to try and fit him in somewhere if I can. I'm going to go Waterman at home to Toronto. I don't mind that. I think I'm going to play Sean John. I don't really care that he's playing against Waterman. Like opposite goalkeeper and defender playing against each other doesn't really bother me, honestly. Like I said, Navarro, if he's fit, he's got an ankle injury. He came off 57th minute in the last game, which was bitterly disappointing. And then, to be fair, Pereira's got a great matchup at home to St. Louis. So I think that would be my main team. I don't think I have many other things. I might not even change that. I think Navarro would just get into my third team, if I'm being completely honest. My second team. Obviously, I'll keep all the Atlanta guys together. So let's go Barraza, Herrera. Let's go David Da Costa at home to Seattle. I don't really mind that. And then we've got Insigne, Navarro if he plays. We've got Sangbin, who I don't think will play. We basically have to go Insigne for now. And like I said, if Navarro's fit, he'll get the nod. And then extra player is either Engel, Chidozie, who's a sub midweek, so should start on the weekend. Could go Bassett. Cole Bassett might be okay there. Yeah, I might even go Cole Bassett. At home to RSL. This is fine enough. We'll give Da Costa the armband there. And then for our last lineup, which is just going to be the Atlanta lineup. So it looks like Fry might have to go into Classic. This weekend. Let's go Guzan. Amador was out again. I literally don't have an Atlanta United defender right now. Like, they're all injured. So I probably am forced to just play Chidozie in there for now. They drew mind away to Austin last night, so not the worst result in the world. We'll just rinse and repeat the Atlanta lineup until it pays dividends, which I don't think will ever happen, to be honest. Sorry to be so doom and gloom about them, but I just can't see it. And then let's see if we can build a classic team. I don't know. It might be a bit of a stretch, but it's worth putting in because we have that. I don't think. It doesn't even give me the option on Sorare because I don't think I have enough MLS Classic cards. But, obviously I can play in season cards there. It's not an issue. But who will it be then? Stefan Fry, Engel, Moranchuk, either Sangbin, or let's just throw Navarro in there for now. And then it's either Mooney, Sangbin. We'll just go Sangbin for now. It might be it might win a bit of essence on the odd occasion, but it's nice having the luxury of having the 4 keepers. But like I said, it's all late swaps. So all this could just go completely out the window with team news basically, because we've had the midweek. And don't get me wrong, there is pros and cons to it. People on the other side of the world are having to wake up at 3 a.m. and stuff, which I don't think is practical for sure. But if it means that, you could potentially win the MLS Masters, then people are just going to do it, aren't they? It's as simple as that, right? If there's $3,000 on the line, people are going to wake up. There's inconvenience. Like I said, there's inconvenience, baked into it, and I get that. But I think for these type of occasions, now I know there's rolling locks for, beyond the MLS Masters this weekend. Like in any of these, in just the normal MLS comps, there's rolling locks. So, yeah, I get it. There's pros and cons. You know what I'm like? I don't like DMP, so of course I'm going to be pretty pro rolling locks, but I'm not like in camp, I think they're the best thing in the world. I just am in the camp of, well, they do what they say they should do, right? They should stop the MPs. Now, of course, there's lifestyle things that come at a cost of that, but every decision Sorare going to make, there's going to be pros and cons to each side of it, like for every decision. So it's like I can't be too critical sometimes, I don't think, because yeah, they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't sometimes. So it is what it is. Like, just play the game that's in front of you sometimes is my motto. And yeah, we're doing that. We're obviously starting from scratch, which is gutting. I really thought we had a good chance of hitting it midweek, but it wasn't to be. 40 odd points off. It's just gutting. It really, really is. I would have loved to have been in that MLS comp for the midweek. I really, really would have. I would have loved to have shown you the prize pool as well. I know it's 3,000 for the top on each of them, but yeah, I don't think I'll be able to. I haven't got it as an option because I'm a peasant. I didn't hit the streaks, but I think there's another MLS comp if you hit five in a row, which is obviously really tough. Shout out to Sorare who did do that last weekend, which is insane in rare. Absolutely smashed it. But yeah, I think there's another comp coming up at some point for that. So yeah, like there's still an incentive to play the streaks. There's a little bit less of an incentive though in general, just because 5's a lot harder. Like, I couldn't even do 3, never mind flipping 5, So yeah, but there'll be another sort of MLS Masters, I believe, towards the end of the season, which yeah is a fun thing to look forward to. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this weekend. I do need to export my lineup though, just in case I forget to do that tomorrow, which has happened to me previously. So let's export them into Sorare. And yeah, we're chasing, lads. We are chasing. We're 130, 140 quid in the deep end on MLS cards right now, and we need a big win to get us out. I really thought the Masters comp would have been that ticket for us, and obviously it wasn't to be, which is frustrating. It really is. But yeah, I literally cannot do a thing about it now. It's just about seeing how well we can do this weekend and taking it from there. But it was a fun sweat. Like, I really enjoyed that, and I think in general these type of like exclusive competitions where you need to hit a certain amount of streaks or whatever the criteria is, I think Sorare need to tap into that. Like, I'm not sure if streaks are the thing they should tap into for the European side of next season, but I definitely think these exclusive type of competitions is kind of a really nice little gateway into like an exclusivity type of competition, and it's just great. Like, it really, really is. Like I said, I don't know what the criteria could be if streaks weren't a thing, but I'm sure they can. It's their job to come up with that. But yeah, I'm buzzing for it. Let me know, how you got on this past weekend. I'll be giving away a few cards, as I've mentioned already. I appreciate you a lot, lads. Good luck if you are in the MLS Masters. Wish you all the best. I'll be cheering you on, and I shall see you guys in the next one.